Hello peeps and welcome back to... nothing? Wait, where am I? I'm on Skyblock. What is this? Well, this peeps is the start of a new series. I have been planning this for a long time now, and I just recently got everything together and was able to sit down and get everything set up. This peeps is Skyblock Reloaded. A lot of you who have been following my channel for a long time remember my Skyblock modded series, and it was a pretty big hit. It was basically you take the original Skyblock map, add a little bit of mods, some equivalent exchange, and it opens up a lot of new doors for you. But one of the biggest things that I did not like about that series is that I was not able to share the series with everyone. I had a lot of people asking me for the mod pack so that they could play along, or world downloads so they could play along, but nobody could do it because I was using a very specially modified version of Equivalent Exchange, and unfortunately I didn't have the rights to redistribute it. I asked Xenophobe if he would be okay if I distributed it, but he said no. Well, actually he didn't say no, he didn't say anything. He just never... Oh, great. Ah, sirens. Awesome. Okay, oh well. Yeah, I never got a response, and time went on, and I ended up losing the mod pack, so now I don't have the mod pack anymore. So that mod pack and that version of Equivalent Exchange is history. However, I finally came up with a way that I can redo Skyblock modded in all its glory, hence Skyblock Reloaded. The best part about it is you guys can play along. Now, when you first load up this map, it's going to be night. I had it being nighttime because I figured the explanation would take up a few minutes, and I wanted to start during the day, so I figured, yeah, I'll just leave it nighttime, that way I can chat and all that. But when you guys first load up this map, it is going to be night. Now, in the description of this video, there's going to be a file link. That's going to be a zip file. There's going to be a README, a couple of configs, a copy of the world folder for this world exactly as it was when I first started up, and a description on how to set everything up. Now, I made it as easy as possible. It uses the Feed the Beast Retro SSP pack, the version 3.1, the one from the original Pyramid Challenge map that Slowpoke and all of them created. However, I've modified it a little bit. First of all, I've taken the timer out, because I didn't want to feel like I was being constrained by a timer, so I removed it. If you want to do that, I included how to do it. I've also added 2 mods to this pack. I've added Railcraft, and I've added Mine Factory Reloaded. The configs that you will find in the download, you don't really need them if you don't mind going through the trouble of resetting the configs yourself, but I included them to make it easy for you. So all you have to do is follow the instructions in the download. I even included the download links for the 2 mods. Follow those instructions and you'll be able to load up this map and play along. Now, I did have to make a couple of changes to the Skyblock map. This is not the original Skyblock map. This is a version of it that I myself have created specifically for this challenge. In the original Skyblock modded series, I did everything 100% legit. I got my Philosopher's Stone 100% legit by extending grass out and spawning a chicken and getting charcoal and all that. Unfortunately, you can't do that in this version of Equivalent Exchange. There's no way that you can, from what you're given on Skyblock, legitimately get the Philosopher's Stone or the Transmutation Table. So, modification number 1 is the contents of the starting chest. I've given us a lava bucket, a water source block, a Philosopher's Stone, and 5 obsidian. We also have our standard starting 1 tree. So, we're going to break this out. We're going to go ahead and take out the entire tree here. Actually, we're going to leave the last one there. Using this, we're going to make our starting crafting table, which we're going to put right here. And we're going to start with our traditional cobblestone generator. Now, one thing I'm going to point out right away notice the color of the ground here. If you take a really close look at the color of the ground here, you'll see it's kind of that really dark, almost coldish green. That's because we're in a taiga biome. Now, because of the fact that we're in a taiga biome, we're going to have to make sure that our water source here is covered, or it's going to freeze. And if it freezes, it's going to produce an ice block, and this lava block could potentially travel out and cause us some problems. So, we're definitely going to want to have that covered. We'll go ahead and break that to reclaim it, and we'll put our lava source there. That's going to give us our first initial crappy cobblestone generator. We're going to get our wooden planks, get another set of them. We're going to use those to make our first wooden pickaxe. Come on, there we go. Wooden pickaxe. Using the wooden pickaxe, we're going to get first 3 cobblestone. So that we can make ourselves a better pickaxe, so we're not wasting so much time. There we go. Now we're going to get ourselves 12 cobblestone. There we go, 12 cobblestone. 8 of those cobblestone are going to become a chest. Or a furnace, rather. Yeah, a chest. The other 4 are going to become smooth stone. And we're actually going to use sticks to cook up here. Put this wood away. We're going to get our obsidian. We're going to wait for 4 smooth stone. While we wait, we're going to go ahead and mine just a little more cobble. Because we're going to need some more cobble before all said and done. I hate the efficiency of the initial cobblestone generators. By now we should have... There we go. There's our 4th. We're going to use 4 of the obsidian, 4 of the smooth stone, and the philosopher's stone to get ourselves our first transmutation tablet. The transmutation tablet allows us to transmute things back and forth. However, if we take a look at this, this is another area where the current version, well, the latest version of Equivalent Exchange 2, like the last version that was produced, differs from the version that I was using in Skyblock Modded. The version that I was using in Skyblock Modded, I could take my cobblestone, and if I put 4 cobblestone in here, I could pull a wooden plank out, because 4 cobblestone has the same EMC value as 1 wooden plank. Unfortunately, with this version, I can't do that, because I haven't learned wooden planks yet. In this version, you have to teach your transmutation table everything that you want it to be able to create. So right now, it only knows cobblestone. Well, if I feed it this obsidian, the obsidian has 64 EMC, cobblestone has 1, so by using my last piece of obsidian, I can get 64 cobblestone. With that 64 cobblestone, I can, let's first of all put everything important to us away. With the 64 cobblestone, I can start building a bridge. Out to this little sand island. Where we can get our cactus, and we have our second chest. This chest is going to contain 1 of each mushroom. It's also going to contain an alchemical tome. We're also going to take the chest, just for good measure. Now, this is the second change that I've made to the original Skyblock map in order to accommodate this challenge. Well, right now, the transmutation table knows nothing but cobblestone and obsidian. So, with the 1 cobblestone here, I can only get cobblestone. The alchemical tome is a very high-end item that you can see. It takes 2 Klein Star Omegas, which are worth 25 million EMC each. It takes a book, this covalence dust. You get this alchemical tome. What the alchemical tome does is if you burn it in the transmutation table, now it learned the alchemical tome. Well, what did that do? That taught it every single recipe in the game. It taught it every item in the game that has an EMC value. So now if I take my 4 cobblestone and put it in here, now I can get my sticks. And if I take and put 8 in here, because it's actually 8 for a wooden plank. Yeah, so now I have the functionality that I had from the original Skyblock Modded series, where if I have enough EMC, I can get anything I want. That's the second change. Now, the third change is going to require a little bit of work from us, because we need to get some EMC here. Now, actually, no, I have everything I need. Let me show you one thing that's cool about the Philosopher's Stone, though, because we're on an awfully small platform here, right? Let's expand this a little bit, shall we? We're going to expand it out with some cobblestone. Give ourselves a little more breathing room anyway. And we'll go ahead and build out this way too. We'll build around the bedrock here. Which, by the way, the bedrock there marks the initial spawn point of the map. So, unless there's some sort of major catastrophic event, like a nuclear reactor blowing up, you shouldn't have to worry about respawning in midair. You should always respawn right on that bedrock block over there. It's a just in case. Let's go ahead and put the second chest down there. Let's get this bucket. And with this bucket, we're going to feed that to that. And that's going to give us 768 EMC. Well, with 768 EMC, we can pull out, say a bookshelf. And if we put the bookshelf in there, it's going to give us items closer to a bookshelf worth of value. Well, now with that, we can pull out, I don't know, we got 400 or 336 there. Let's pull out iron dust. That's 256, right? And from that, we can pull out moss stone, which is 145. We'll feed that back in. From that, we can pull out, what do we want to pull out next? Let's pull out some brick stairs, which is 96, and that's going to get us obsidian. We'll pull that out and get an obsidian lock, and then we're going to take all of the obsidian we can get, minus 2. We're going to feed that 2 back in there, and for right now we'll just get an apple. Not really too concerned about it. We're also going to get the pickaxe here, because we can feed this our wooden pickaxe to reclaim some of the EMC from that. We're going to feed it our cactus, we're going to feed it this mushroom, we're going to feed it that mushroom, and that's not going to get us enough to really do anything with, is it? That's okay, though. We'll get it soon. What I need to do here is I'm actually going to get the last piece of wood out of our tree now. And then I'm going to break these leaves and see if we can get a sapling. Now, the original Skyblock map, the original Skyblock modded map, was based on the original Skyblock map, which, if you didn't get a sapling from your first tree, you were screwed, because there was no way to progress. Well, we don't have that problem here. As long as I have EMC from some source, whether it be a cobblestone generator or whatever, I'm okay. So, let's go ahead and feed this our golden nugget. We'll feed it our apple. We're going to get a flint and steel from that. And then we're going to get a piece of bread and a cookie and a piece of stone, just to burn up our EMC. We're going to take the obsidian that we got here. We're going to make ourselves a nether portal, which I think I'm actually going to put out here, because I don't want to have to listen to it all the time. So I'm going to put the nether portal on the sand island here. Oops. Of course, using the cheap nether portal recipe. You only need 10 pieces of obsidian to make a nether portal. We'll very carefully drop down there. And we're going to get ourselves some wooden planks, which we're going to run back over here and turn into some, I think, more cobblestone in order to have just a little bit more breathing room. We'll get a lock on stone. That's going to let us get our cobblestone. And go ahead with the cobblestone in our inventory. We're going to throw all of our unnecessary stuff in there. And we're going to build this platform out just a little bit over here. It's not what I meant to do, but it'll be okay. I just want a little bit of leeway for when I come through this portal. There we go. And light the nether portal and take a step through. Now, once we get to the other side of the nether portal, we're going to see that our last gift is right here. Now this is a good time to talk about the third change that I've made to this map. As you can see, there is absolutely no terrain generation whatsoever. And this is due to one of the mods that's included with the Feed the Beast pack. That mod prevents any sort of natural world generation. In the original Skyblock map, if you were to wander far enough away, if you were to build a cobblestone bridge far enough out, or if you were to get something that allowed you the ability to fly and go the whole way out, you could find normal terrain generation. The original Skyblock map was made by someone taking a randomly generated Minecraft map and carving a huge chunk out of it, and then just building the Skyblock map there. This mod actually prevents any normal terrain generation, which means that there are a couple of mods, one in particular that I'm thinking of here, where you cannot access a certain functionality of it at all. Now that mod that I'm thinking about is forestry, because bees have no EMC value. Therefore, as the last gift, I have given us a full stack of each type of beehive. And of course, one more treasure chest. With that, we're going to go back through the nether portal to the overworld. And we have now gathered all of our starting gifts. Let's head back over to here. We'll put our beehives away someplace safe. We're going to get all of our stone out. We're going to get our sand, our cookie, our bread. We're going to get our philosopher's stone, because I'm going to show you one of the abilities of the philosopher's stone here. Let's go ahead and expand our platform just a little bit, using some of the cobblestone we have left over. And we're going to get ourselves some more cobblestone by burning off our cookie and our bread, and then putting cobblestone in the middle, which will allow us to pull out another almost stack and a half. We're going to put all of our important stuff away. One of the most important things to remember about the Skyblock map is that if you fall, there is nothing to save you. There is no, oh, I hit on the way down, and I'll just go down and get my stuff later. No, there is nothing below you but the void, and if you fall and die, you fell and died. Everything that you had with you is gone, which means if you had the Philosopher's Stone with you, and you haven't already made a transmutation table, that's the end of your run. Because you can generate cobblestone, but you can't get anything else. If you went over carrying that original alchemical tome, that's pretty much the end of your run. Because you're going to be able to get all of the wood and cobblestone and dirt and grass and everything that you want, but there ain't no way you're ever going to get anything from any sort of mods. Because, well, you have to have the alchemical tome to learn them. So be very, very careful. about stuff like that. Part of the reason why I wasn't carrying anything of value on me was just in case something like that were to happen. There we go. Now we've got a blockade so they can't get to us. We still have a half stack cobblestone. We'll put that away and get our Philosopher's Stone. If we take the Philosopher's Stone and hit V, that will charge it. Hold Shift and V, discharges. If you right-click a block of cobblestone, it turns into stone. And back. Shift right-click it, and it turns into grass. And back. Shift right-click grass, or dirt, or just right-click dirt, and it becomes sand and falls through the world. So be very careful about that. But increase the charge to level 1, and now you're affecting a 2x2. Or 3x3 rather. Increase it to level 3, and now you're affecting 5x5. Increase it to that level, now you're affecting 7x7, 9x9. So we're going to very quickly get ourselves some nice grass. Ah! See what I mean? Believe it or not, that's not a game over. Yes, I was carrying the Philosopher's Stone, but remember I told you, as long as you have a source of EMC and as long as you have this transmutation table, you're okay? Well, the Philosopher's Stone does have a recipe. It's an expensive recipe, but it has one. So, we're not done. That's not a game over. It's a derp, for sure. I definitely screwed up there, but we can recover. Let's go ahead and feed this chest, and that, and that. And that's going to give us a lot of EMC, which we're going to use to pull out a... Let's see, what are we going to pull out? We're going to pull a piece of iron dust and put a lock on that. We're going to pull from that 2 pieces of copper, or a piece of copper. We'll put that in there, and then we're going to pull some copper out of here. And we're going to get a wooden plank. We're going to get some stone. Okay? 2 pieces of copper dust are going to give us enough to get a bone. 2 more pieces of copper dust are going to be enough to get us another bone. Although, we actually want to get a pumpkin, I think. So, now we've got a pumpkin. And we've got, some other EMC we need to burn off. So we can get some soul sand and cobblestone. Just, random stuff. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't just pull bone out. It's because why I didn't just pull bone meal out. It's because bone meal has 48 EMC. And if you put 48 EMC into this table, it's going to give you nothing but different colors of wool. So, without already having bone meal in your inventory, it's hard to get bone meal out. So, just go straight for bones. Now, I do need to get a sapling. So, I need 32 EMC worth. Burn that off, and that's going to get us our sapling. And I actually want to plant the sapling, I think, right here. There we go. Oh, and it gave us a big tree. Normally I hate big trees, but when you're first starting this map, big trees are awesome. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some wood and some cobblestone. And there's an Enderman lurking around. I should see if I can kill him real quick. Because if I can kill an Enderman, that's going to be a large amount of EMC to get me started. Where is he? Is he in the tree? He's in the tree, isn't he? The Enderman is in the bloody tree. Oh, now he's not. He teleported out. Or did he? No, he's stuck in the tree. Okay, well, we'll make ourselves an axe. And we'll go up and get him. And it's a pretty safe bet we'll actually be able to kill him, because there's only so far he can run. Let's go ahead and build ourselves up to here. Cut our way up into the tree. Where is he? There he is. So let's put our... Actually, let's use wood for this. We're going to build ourselves a wooden platform. And my cats just did something naughty in the other room. I can hear Becca growling at them. We'll put that there. We'll get our stone sword in hand. And we're going to beat the crap out of this Enderman. And he's going to teleport away. But you can't teleport very far, can you? We got an ender pearl. Oh my god. That's a huge bonus. That's 1024 EMC right there. That almost makes up for my derp with the Philosopher's Stone a little bit ago. Oh, that's a huge bonus. Alright, let's carve our way down. And as we're going, we can use the sword to cut the leaves. I know that there's going to be people out there saying, wait, you've got red power too, why aren't you using the sickles? Well, for some reason the sickles don't seem to want to work on leaves. Not sure why, but they just don't. It might have something to do with Mine Factory Reloaded. I don't know. Okay, we're going to cut this tree down. This is actually a huge bonus for us getting started here. Now I do need to be kind of careful about where I am in relation to where land is, because I don't want to be derping around standing on leaves that evaporate and drop me off into the abyss. I think one trip into the abyss is enough. Let's make sure we got all of the wood here. Looks like we did miss a couple over there. There should be land under that. Yep. Now, I don't think there's any land under those. Actually, yeah, there is. There? We still good? Well, we lost that one. But now you can see the leaf decay starting to happen here. You don't want to be standing on leaves that are hanging over the edge of the abyss and having decay on you. I think we just lost another piece of wood. Okay, so we're going to gather up all of this wonderful stuff here. Get that too. And let's burn all of this off and see what we can get. Oh, we have 1,184 cobblestone, or, well, yeah, it is cobblestone. It's an equivalent. We can get a block of TNT, we've got enough for an ender pearl, we've got enough for a second bucket of lava, an iron pickaxe, we've got a bunch of good stuff here. But the first thing we really want to do is we want to start working on getting some EMC production going for us that's going to be a little more lasting. So for right now, we're just going to pull an ender pearl out here, and we're going to get another pumpkin, and I think we're going to burn off, no actually I think we're going to burn that off, and we're going to get ourselves a bucket of milk, which we're going to bone meal. We're going to burn the bucket of milk to get ourselves a bucket of water, and then we're going to pull a note block out since it's pretty close to how much we have left. We're going to put down, actually we don't even need the bucket of water, do we? Let's go ahead and make ourselves a stone hoe. And next to the water source block here, we are going to have to move the chests, which isn't a big deal. Let's move the chests over here. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and move our furnace and our crafting table to get those out of the way. Furnace, crafting table. We will move our transmutation table. We're going to put the transmutation table right on the bedrock. That way, even in the worst case scenario, the transmutation table should still be there. Even if we were to, transmute all of this into sand, like I did a little while ago. Derp. Let's go ahead and dig this out a little. We're going to get our water bucket, put a block there. We're going to fill that in there. And that's going to give us an infinite water source. We'll expand it out just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to need to cover this up. Just like that. We're going to take our pumpkins, get pumpkin seeds. We're going to take our stone hoe, and we're going to get ourselves some farmland. We're going to plant the pumpkin seeds. We're going to put all of this stuff away. We're actually going to pick up our lava source and put it away. And we're going to get the other ender pearl we had here. We're going to burn the ender pearl, get a lock on bones, pull a whole bunch of bones out, and then we're going to get a lock on saplings. We're going to feed the note block back in here, and we're going to get a bunch of saplings. And then a random brick. Bones become bone meal. Bone meal makes the pumpkin seeds into big pumpkin stems, which can now produce pumpkins for us. Just like that. Wow, that was fast. And pumpkins are 144 EMC each, so pumpkins are good stuff for us. Get ourselves a piece of dirt, fill that in, just like that, and that is going to give us a really good start for some EMC production. Now, we can still do the old plant the tree, bone meal the tree, break the leaves, chop down the tree, get EMC this way thing. But I think I want to start working on a few more sources of EMC generation. Now, there is one source of EMC generation that I am not going to use in this series. That source of EMC generation is blaze farming. Now, you may be wondering, what's the deal with blaze farming? Because, well, you can't get blazes, right? Blazes aren't going to spawn. This isn't 1.6 where blazes spawned in nether fortresses. No, this is 1.2.5. Blazes didn't spawn naturally. You had to have a spawner, right? Well, yeah, you're right. Of course you're right. But you can get blaze rods. Blaze rods were taught to our table when we taught it everything else. Now, what's so good about the blaze rods? Well, if we take a look at a blaze rod, it is worth 1,536 EMC. Blaze powder is worth 768 EMC, which makes sense, because if you take a blaze rod and you break it, you get 2 blaze powder. So 2 blaze powder is worth 1 blaze rod. However, if you macerate a blaze rod, you get 5 blaze powder. You get 2.5 times as much. So using a macerator, each blaze rod that you macerate, you can make 2.5 blaze rods out of that. If you then macerate those 2 blaze rods, you'll get 10 blaze powder out of that, which you can use to make 5 blaze rods, and you see where I'm going with this, I'm sure. It is actually very easy with the mod pack that we're using to make a machine that does nothing but macerate blaze rods, and I need to get a piece of charcoal. It's very easy to make a machine that does nothing but macerate a couple of blaze rods and then feed the macerated blaze rods into a condenser to turn them back into blaze rods, and then feed those blaze rods back into the machine, and yeah, just get a massive EMC profit. It's not difficult at all. However, a lot of people, including myself, see it as cheating, so I refuse to do it. If you want to do it, then I will not hold it against you. It is pretty much up to everyone to decide how they want to play the mod pack. I'm not saying you have to do it the way I do it. So please don't take it that way. Play the game how you want to play the game. Just, I see it as cheating. I won't do it. We're going to cook up a couple of pieces of wood here to get us some charcoal. We're going to take the charcoal, we're going to put it on top of the stick to get us some torches. We are going to turn our apples into torches and a stray wooden plank. And we are going to use the torches to start lighting up our space here so we don't have any of that happening. Also, so our pumpkins will grow at night. And one to grow on. Okay, so we've actually gotten ourselves a pretty decent start here. We've got a lot of capability to produce EMC, especially in that we have that many bone meal, or that many saplings and that much bone meal. We have all of our forest hives, or all of our beehives, which we gathered from the chests out there. We've got our lava bucket here, so we can start producing. Let's see, how much time do I have left? I've got about a minute and a half, so yeah, I'm not going to start anything else this episode. I don't want those torches there, because it's going to inhibit the growth of the pumpkins if they're right there. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do anything else this episode. I'm going to put everything away here. I am going to make myself a sword real quick. Go deal with that zombie, so we don't have to deal with him snarling at us. See if by any chance he decides to be nice and give us some rotten flesh. Oh, he did. Get my pickaxe so I can break my way in. There we go. Rotten flesh is worth 24 EMC. Better than nothing. Okay, so. We got a pumpkin. Awesome. Oh, we got 2 pumpkins. Even better. So, we've got ourselves a good basis to start. I'm going to wrap up the episode here. So, this is Skyblock Reloaded is what I think I'm going to call this here, because it's basically a reload, revamp of the original Skyblock modded map. However, this time you guys can play along with me, so that's an extra added bonus. Next episode, we're going to get into some more sources of EMC generation, and we're going to start working on some passive sources of EMC generation so that we don't have to babysit it. It's just going to produce EMC for us while we sit and, do whatever we want to do. We're also probably going to start working on some of the modded stuff. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we can do with this series, because as you can see, there's no world to hold us back. There's no world to shape what we were planning on doing. Basically, the only limit here is whatever challenges we set for ourselves in our own imagination. So it should be a fun ride. This time you guys can come along with me. I'm done for now. I'll catch you later, peeps.